Shalom, shalom. To start this lesson off, I want to give all the honor, all the glory, and all the praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the chosen elect. And to you brothers and sisters tuning in, may this lesson be uplifting and edifying to your spirits. This is the brother Halal from the Great Millstone branch of Chicago coming at you with another lesson in truth. And these Edomites, in their pride, on these social media platforms and on these podcasts are, still reminiscing about their glory days. Still reminiscing about being conquerors, going around the earth, shedding blood. And, now they want to come on these platforms and talk about on social media, that the world is afraid of their power, and that they have the power to subdue the world under their foot again. And ultimately, according to prophecy, we know that the Lord has allowed Esau Edom to subdue the earth, and in particular, subdue us under his rulership. But it was only for a set time, man. And you Edomites will not rise again. So I wanted to let this video play. This video has been circulating around Israel for a while. Certain brothers have been doing lessons on, the pride of this Edomite and what he's about to say. So let's hear what he has to say, man.
White men are afraid of their own power. When black people chimp out, it looks like nihilistic gang violence and drive-by shootings. When brown people chimp out, it looks like Allah Akbar and it looks like cartels. When white people chimp out, it looks like ubiquitous domination. A level of conquest that other people could never fucking conceive of is the reality. And that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. And on some level, I don't even like being the one to say it because temperamentally I'm a sensitive person, but we have to start acknowledging that's the reason why all of this has been foisted upon us as a people, is because they are afraid of us, is the reality.
And there you have it. Typical Edomite pride, saying that they're the standard, that they're the top superior, that they're the most superior individuals on the earth, that they're better than everyone else. And the only reason you've been allowed to reach the heights that you've reached, Esau Edom, self-proclaimed white man, is because the Lord ultimately allowed you to. But we're coming into the time frame where your kingdom is about to go down, man. And it's funny, man, you Edomites are always talking about being conquerors. Well, why don't you conquer, the wicked elite of your own people and reclaim your nation, man? And give it the sovereignty and the white power that you've been speaking of for oh so long, But there's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10 and verse 8. And it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people onto another. And that's exactly how Esau Edom has gotten into power. Because, these Edomites love to boast in being conquerors, but everyone knows that your forefathers' conquest for power was not obtained through fair means. It was not obtained through, fighting fair, being an honest and noble people. It was obtained through rape, robbery, murder, greed, extortion, and a whole bunch of other things that I can name. That is how you Edomites have been able to ascend into power. And it was all facilitated by Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, because like it says in the book of Daniel 4:17, it says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So all the world leaders in this earth and all these different nations, they're all being controlled by the Lord. Their decision making is all guided by Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. It says, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. And you Edomites, you represent the basis of men in your behavior and in your mannerisms, eating raw meat, doing all these stupid things, jumping off of stuff, committing all the lust of your flesh. 1 minute you're in a dress, 1 minute you're claiming to be, a masculine man. Look at that streamer, Chump, Chud the Builder, walking around bothering Jakes on the internet. But people just recently found a photo of him in a fairy dress, man. You Edomites are the basis of men. You want to fulfill all the lust of your flesh. You're insatiable. You have no discipline whatsoever. But the Lord has allowed you to ascend to the heights that you have ascended to, and now you're about to go down, man. And like I said earlier, since you Edomites are such conquerors, why don't you conquer the wicked elite and reclaim your nation? Instead of going on these podcasts, and following Jake around on the street, trying to fuck with us, why don't you reclaim your nation? Because contrary to what you believe, you think that the illegal immigrants, that some Somalians, the Arabs, the so-called Mexicans, which they make up the tribe of Issachar, and the Negroes, which make up the tribe of Judah, you believe that Israel is the reason for your kingdom going down. And these illegal immigrants, but in reality, it's your own people, man. So why don't you do anything to stop them, man? And ultimately, man, hey, let's just get Job 33 and 15, man. It says, matter of fact, I started in 14. It says, for the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and he sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. So, hey, like I said earlier, man, all of the decisions of you Edomites, the basis of men that are in power is all being guided by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And now he is causing you to bring your own destruction upon yourselves, man. A man who perfectly encapsulates what it means to bring destruction upon his own nation is none other than the man who's currently in the Oval Office right now, Donald Trump. Look at how he's treating America right now. Look at how he's treating you citizens. Starting illegal wars that go against the international law. Against the country that he was currently in peace dealings with, man. Now the oil is threatened. Now the gas is going up from $3 to $4 to $5 in the span of just a few days. And it's all being facilitated by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And you Edomites are going down. And there's nothing you can do about it, man. So from there, matter of fact, I just ended off with the book of Isaiah chapter 63. Because when our Lord Yahushua returns, he's mainly returning, to destroy you and take you out of power, man. But this is the book of Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 1. It says, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. It is I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. So Yahushua is coming for Esau, Edom, beginning with the elites, man. And everywhere where Esau, Edom dwells. Why? Because you have been the main thorn in the side of our people, and you are the ones who currently control and dictate what goes on in this world, beginning with the elites. Not you regular old Edomites that are, making podcasts reminiscing about the glory days, man. It says, verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain on my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. So, hey, Yahushua is coming to slay many people. And you Edomites, when Yahushua comes back, your kingdom will be no more, man. Your kingdom will no longer exist. And that whole, this prideful attitude that you have, this pride, boasting of being a conqueror, is all going to come to naught in just one day. So with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Makakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS for rule well and teach well.
6:45.
Kwame Yasha Allah, Wa Ba Ba Ba, until the next lesson.